everyone, welcome to Tales from the Longbox, and today we're going to take a look at the pink cover of Captain America. Now, look, right there, I'm going to say this is a filler issue, but you know what? I did a filler issue of Teen Titans a while back, and I gotta say, I realized with this, I mean, I try not to say I'm Marvel or DC, but I will, you know, if you press me, I'm going to point to Marvel, and this is why. This is one of the reasons why. I would rather read a filler issue of Captain America than a filler issue of most, not all, most DC heroes. Now, again, there's a lot of reasons. I think for the most part, in the time I read comics, Marvel had the better writers. I thought they had a better system to produce those. This is Mark Grunwald, great writer. But even the greatest of writers, they're going to hit a point where they kind of go, okay, well, I got no ideas. Let me just throw Cap through a window. That's what he does at the very first panel. But it's a cool panel. And again, I don't try to say, oh, well, you know what? Marvel's better than DC. I think they're both pretty equal. I think it just depends on who's creating the adventures. Whirlwind is a joke. But I like him. I mean, I like Whirlwind. He's a good villain. I don't hate him, but he's not the best. And there is no man with the power of the mustache. Back then, the mustache had some power. You know, it was the 80s. Men at work and men at leisure. Saturday morning cartoons, I miss you. Whatever. Why did you do that, stupid TV executives? How does Whirlwind not get dizzy? Does anyone ever explain that? I don't know, but you know, he's obviously not a really tough guy. If Cap can kind of just, you remember too, back in these days, it was like, if Cap can take him out, he's not that big of a threat. Now we think of Cap as like, wow, Cap's the best. You know, but back then it was like, yeah, well, if Cap can take him out, he ain't nobody. This is really what we thought back then. I kid you not. I forgot to point out, Cap was wearing his helmet from the TV show. There it is. Yeah, that's the helmet. He kind of looked like Evel Knievel's helmet too. So that was cool. Got stuck in the ice. What do? Jump out of your shoes and hit Paste Pot Pete. Oh, no, it's Paste, not ice. Sorry. Yeah, this is sort of like the Loser Legion strikes back, you know? Again, look at that bullpen. And, you know, this is one of the things I always appreciated, was that Marvel gave you a monthly checklist, so you knew you got everything. I believe one of those monthly checklists was the first time I saw Alpha Flight. Oh, and hello, that's the Slug. Remember the Slug? He's so fat, he makes Kingpin look skinny. That was his whole gimmick. Marvel Legends should try to tackle that one. Haslap it. But nobody remembers the Slug, and that's probably a good thing. He's not the best villain in the world, believe me, but you still gotta laugh at some of these, man. I mean, they are fun. Fun to make fun of, really. Alright, so yeah, I should probably not go any further than with that thought. Captain America, 324. I mean, it was a decent one. I mean, I kind of liked watching Cap, you know, get stuck and then just take out his boots. I thought that was brilliant. You know, there's fun stuff in these comics from this age. You can't deny that. You can't say there isn't. I do like these. I wish I wish we could capture this again. God, I hate to sound nostalgic. But there was something really well done about this level at this time, before Disney got it, before corporations got involved, before everybody became creatively bankrupt. This was cool. And there was nothing at all wrong with it. I mean, it was Captain America. It was fun. He's the Star-Spangled Avenger. Thor was Thor, and Iron Man was Iron Man, and then, Doctor Strange was Doctor Strange, and everything was good. Again, I'm not saying this in a bubble either. I mean, when I go and read this stuff, it reminds me, you could pick up a comic in a month, any month, read it, and have a good idea of what's going on. You can't do that anymore because there's so many plot lines. And I mean, there were subplots in these books too. I mean, they're there. And if you don't follow them, yeah, you're going to miss something. But you know what? It doesn't detract from the story like it does now. And, again, I know I sound like an old man, as I am an old man. And, back in my day, get off my lawn, you hippies. But I'm serious. I mean, I can recognize while there are some shortcomings to my parents' generation stuff, there was some good stuff too. And I can still watch the Dick Van Dyke Show and laugh. I don't hate the Dick Van Dyke Show. It's not a terrible show. It's actually a pretty good show. Even today. I mean, and this is good. Even today. I mean, it's fun. And that's what comics should be, is fun. And I think that's what we've left out of the comic industry right now. And again, after that one profit report from Disney where they said comics was number 3 on their list of priorities, they don't care about comics. That's why they did. I'm convinced that's why they didn't do too many comic Marvel Legends for a long time until us old men were like, "Oh, we want our comic books. Give us our 70s comic books back." That kind of thing. Captain America, one of my absolute favorites. I mean, Iron Man, Cap, Thor are my 3 favorite heroes of all time. And any one of them, I'd pick up a book and read it in a heartbeat, as I did with this one. This is a cool book. Is it the best? No. But that's the thing. Cap's worst is often better than most characters' bests. And I go back and I read these things and I wonder, why were these were slip. This is around the time, let me see, when was this? It's 75 cents, so I'm going to say mid-80s. 86, okay. 86. This is when Cap's popularity started waning, as I recollect. Him, Iron Man, and Thor, they weren't down yet, but they were dipping. X-Men had really taken over, and I don't know, people were graduating from Cap to X-Men. I don't know if it's a fair graduation because Cap is just as good as X-Men, but X-Men did handle some more mature themes. And when I say more mature themes, I'm not talking like they were out there diddling in the danger room. No, I mean they were, they were more mature. I mean it was, death and racism and allegories and stuff like that. I mean it was there. Cap was still in kind of the golden age hero mode. So yeah, I see why people would kind of get bored of that. But that doesn't mean it isn't good. And this was revolutionary compared to the Golden Age anyway. So, but this was good kid stuff. Really good kid stuff. And the thing is as an adult, you can still enjoy it. To me, that's a testament of greatness. I mean, any adult right now, you want to go read a good comic, go find 86 Captain America, 85, 86 Captain America. You've never read it before, and it's pretty damn good. So why not give it a shot? What's the worst thing that can happen? You don't like it? Oh, too bad. Okay. That will wrap up Tales from the Longbox. Don't forget to do all that YouTube stuff and stay frosty, my friends.